Welcome to the Stacked Supplement Podcast, the premier source for supplement news and reviews.
Welcome back to the Stack Supplement Podcast, where we run down all of the top stories and exciting announcements shared on our website from the past 7 days. I apologize as we've had a bit of time off from the weekly podcast, the summary podcast, over the past couple of weeks. However, I did manage to pump out interviews each week as promised. We've got a lot more lined up. I kind of like having diversity in my interviews. You will have known that we've had a lot of international brands, not necessarily those in the US. Last week we had Vlad on from 13 Lives, which is an Australian brand. It was a great conversation, lengthy conversation, and we managed to squeeze a bit of excitement out of him. He confirmed that 13 Lives is coming out with an energy drink, and if you know what 13 Lives looks like and you know their approach to branding and everything like that, you will be very excited to see how this thing looks. I haven't seen it myself. I didn't even know he was going to mention that on the interview, but well worth a listen, especially if you like to hear, I guess, about the beginnings and makeups of brands and how they come about. But what's even bigger news this week is the Stacked Supplement Expo is live for 2021. It is our online exclusive event. It is the 6th time we've run the expo, which is crazy to think. It kind of reminds me of our Brand of the Years and our Protein Wars contest that we've done. Those things feel like we only first did them not that long ago, but the Brand of the Year award, I think we've done it 8 times now, maybe 7. The Protein Wars, we've done 8. I lost count, and this is the 6th Stack Supplement Expo. We did 4 of them a few years ago. Then we had a little bit of break, brought it back last year, better than ever, and people loved it so much, we brought it back again. And if you have time, please, all I ask is go and visit the expo. It's one of the few unique things we do, and all the support, all people ask me all the time, what can they do to help? Just visit the expo, look around, take it in, interact, enjoy, take part in the giveaways, make good use of the discounts and deals, read into the announcements, get introduced to the new brands. That's really all I ask. That's really all we ask for a lot of our readers and followers, is just visit the site, read the site, check it out, interact on social, and with the expo, just get involved and check it out. I think we've got somewhere in the realm of 48, maybe 50 brands. That's usually our capacity. People say because it's an online expo, you probably have unlimited space. That's not the case. I think if you were to go through this expo as someone who never knew about any of these brands before, and you went through and you read one by one, you went to the next one, you would probably find that at X50 is a lot, and that's kind of what we want. We want to base it on the person who's going to go through every page. Obviously, if you know some of these brands, you might like them, you might already be familiar with quite a few, and you may not want to check out every one, but it's those people that go through each one, check out every one. That's who we plan for, at least on the maximum side. So I think 50 is a good number, and yeah, we jam-packed this year. In short, you just make sure you go check it out. A lot of the stories we're actually going to share in this episode stem from the expo itself. I think one of the biggest things that I've been impressed with about the brands that have been taking part this year is that they've really made it what I wanted to make it originally. If you were a long-time fan of the industry and a regular follower, you remember back in early 2010s, even mid, it was a time where the Olympia would take place and the Arnold would take place, and every brand in existence, every retailer would be running a deal, a launch, a reveal, a sale, or something. They would be doing something for that week. And it was just a week of excitement. Brands would save up their launches. I remember MuscleTech used to just announce the hell out of things come that week, whether they were at the expo or they were announcing it on their site. But it was just a huge week, the Arnold and the Olympia. And I found that over the years, it wasn't necessarily that kind of thing died. Like, you still had a lot of that excitement, but the focus wasn't as much there as an industry whole. And that's what the expo has and is intended to be. It's that week where everyone brings their shit. We showcase what we've got. We reveal, we tease, we announce, we do some deals, we make some fun, we get fans excited. And that was exactly what happened this week. And I appreciate every single brand that participated, every brand that even reached out but didn't end up exhibiting. And same with the visitors. I cannot thank you enough for just going, checking it out, and it's all we ask. It's free, of course. You just go in anywhere from any device, anywhere in the world. Just visit stackedexpo.com, which is our usual Stack3d, and then expo.com, and it takes you straight there. And you can go through. We have it laid out like a regular expo. You got North Hall, South Hall, East Hall, West Hall, and each of those you've got, I think it's anywhere from 10 to maybe 13, somewhere in there, and that number of brands. And you can click, and each brand is put together. The pages that you'll see presented, they get to customize it, put whatever they want on there. So, like I said, some people are doing some teasers, some people are revealing, some people are introducing themselves for those that I guess haven't met them before. And it's a fun time, and hopefully everyone enjoys it. I'm recording this podcast on day one. We had a bit of I was trying to squeeze the podcast recording in last night, but trying to get the expo ready was too difficult for me. But eventually got around to it. And so we've got this out. And so we're going to include a couple of the top stories from the expo. And instead of saving usually I save the big one for last, but I'm just going to jump right into it. So the big news this past week and at the expo is Ghost. Ghost, they've been tremendous since the start of the year. Just absolutely tremendous. Last year, I thought they bought everything together. They brought all their ducks in a row. They got everything fired up. It was reveal after release after reveal after hype. It was everything. They blew me out of the water last year. It just surprised me. Previous years they had done really well, except a lot of time it was spaced out. They'd keep consistent or keep a certain pace for a few months, and then it would kind of speed up or slow down, and vice versa. But last year that was not the case. It almost felt like they had planned 2020 and 2019. And despite how crazy 2020 was, 2021 seems the same. Ghost is hammering shit out. They're sticking to their word. They're not slowing down, which is incredibly impressive for a brand of their size, and even more so based on what they did last year. And again, so we're going to kick the episode off with news from Ghost, who last week gave us a full look at the Christian Guzman V4 series, or Season 4. If you're a long-time follower of Ghost, you'll know that the first ever collaboration they did with an athlete or ambassador was with Christian, and it was a special edition flavor of their pre-workout, and it featured a different formula. Since then, the branded V2, V3, and V4 we anticipated from last year, because obviously Ghost had been doing it every year, so V4 made sense for last year. That wasn't the case. They didn't come out, but they seem to have taken their time for a reason. So Ghost has partnered with Christian Guzman for a fourth time, but this time we ain't in for a special edition flavor of Ghost Legend. We have got a full series of supplements. So Ghost has teamed up with Guzman for another special edition. It's a lemon flavor of Ghost Legend, featuring a completely different formula. This isn't the usual tweak of ingredient here or there. This is almost a ground up different formula. Then they have a lemon cake flavor of Ghost Way, and then there is an all-new supplement called Ghost Focus, and that's not while the other two are different flavors of already available supplements and tweaked formulas. Ghost Focus is entirely new. It's not like anything else. Even though Ghost Gamer is somewhat of a nootropic supplement or a gaming supplement, Ghost Focus isn't like that either. It is a completely separate supplement. Again, titled Ghost Focus. It is stimulant-free, packed full of focus ingredients, arguably a lot more loaded. Not a lot, I would say just arguably more loaded than Ghost Gamer. But again, saying that it is stimulant-free. So some of the highlights you get in this thing: you get 2 grams of acetyl-L-carnitine per serving, 1.5 grams of tyrosine, 600 milligrams of alpha-GPC, half a gram of cognizin. Aquaman minerals are in there as well. So it's a bit of I should have mentioned there is a bit of hydration in this thing as well, because coconut water is alongside that the Aquaman. So it's a pretty unique, distinct supplement specific to the Christian Guzman Season 4 series. And you can check out the formula behind Ghost Focus on our site. Just look up Ghost Focus, or if you scroll down on the homepage, we have that the featured brands the trending brand section, and it kind of showcases brands that are really bringing it and are really hot right now and really well read and popular. And Ghost is in there, of course, and you can check out that. And in there, you can also check out the full formula behind the Christian Guzman Ghost Legend, which again is lemon flavored and features a very different, not very, but a different approach to pre-workout than the regular Ghost Legend. I'll probably liken it more to the Australian version, but most notably it has a key 6 grams of pure citrulline per serving, and that's taken from pure citrulline, and the citrulline you get from it has citrulline nitrate in the supplement. And so just to make it clear, that 6 grams of citrulline is the citrulline from the citrulline nitrate, if that makes sense. Each nitrate ingredient, NO3T nitrate ingredient, has a percentage of amino and nitrate, and so they've combined that to kind of give you an idea on how much citrulline you're getting from the pure citrulline and the NO3T citrulline nitrate. But again, you can check that out on the site. We got the full breakdown of the formula there, but all of these products, the Ghost Away, Ghost Legend, and Ghost Focus, they're all launching this Wednesday. So this podcast, I think, will be going up Tuesday, so you'll be getting it tomorrow. My advice, if you want this, get in. I've seen some Ghost shit go really quick, and I've seen some Guzman Ghost shit go really quick. This is 3 Guzman Ghost products. I imagine this shit will be gone potentially in minutes. It is special edition, limited time, so there is a chance that there is going to be short numbers. It's a global launch as well. I believe Europe and the Australian website will have them as well. Not sure on Australia. I remember seeing it for Europe, but go to ghostlifestyle.com. I think the launch time is somewhere like midday, around in the afternoon. But get on if you want it. Don't miss out, because like I said, these things, I've seen them go incredibly quickly in the past with Ghost fans, and in this being I think this is probably, in my mind, Ghost's biggest sports supplement launch that I've ever seen. And by that I mean just sort of the hype and excitement around the benefits of the supplements and the excitement and results of the supplements, not so much the flavor collaborations that you get or the energy drink, which is more of a mainstream, more general use audience. So I would say this is going to be huge. The views on the back end and seeing the reaction from fans, I'm guessing it's going to be huge, but the excitement from Ghost doesn't actually end there. As mentioned, a lot of brands have announced, teased, and bought a bunch of news to the Stacked Expo, and Ghost is one of them. They're in the North Hall, which is the top level hall at the expo, and they've bought they've got a whole bunch of sample deals going on. So they set up like a coupon code for each day of this week of the expo, and you go to their site on those days, you use that code, and you get free samples, up to 2 free samples of the products using those codes. But alongside that, they've announced the coming of, firstly, they're going to extend their authentic Sonic ocean water flavor across to Ghost Amino and Ghost Legend. That's launching next week. So you've got the Guzman stuff coming this Wednesday. Then you've got the ocean water next week. And then later this summer, they've revealed they're coming out with a authentic Bubblicious strawberry splash flavor of Ghost Energy. And it has just gone off. The reaction from fans, the hype, the excitement, it's gone crazy. It reminded me a lot of when they announced their Nutter Butter, the Chips Ahoy. Just the interaction and hype from fans is incredible. And it's impressive because they've done collabs before. Usually, I remember when we saw the Chips Ahoy collab, the Nutter Butter wasn't as, I guess, reacted to as strongly as the Chips Ahoy, but that's kind of, you get that. It's kind of like when Dymatize did the Fruity Pebbles and the Cocoa Pebbles ISO 100s. They just blew up on social media. And then when we shared the birthday cake, it didn't blow up as much. Still well received, still highly liked, but noticeably down. But I've always seen that because, audience they're like, oh, okay, I've seen this before. And this is a kind of extension of that. And that's what I kind of expected with Bubblicious, because Bubblicious, Ghost has done that flavor, I believe, in Ghost Legend, their pre-workout. So it's not an entirely new one. But this thing is just, I guess, the idea of putting it in a can and giving you that authentic strawberry Bubblicious flavor. It's just resonated incredibly well. And Ghost, I would say, will be trending for weeks from this thing. And that's due to launch later this summer. They haven't set a date for it. Only the ocean water stuff, which again is coming next week, Guzman stuff this week. So yeah, check that out. Go to the Ghost booth. Again, they got those coupons for the samples as well. But sticking with the expo and sticking with the beverage realm, Applied Nutrition is also another exhibitor at our Stack Supplement Expo this week. The UK company, very popular, very well respected, very well put together stuff. Great guys over there as well, widely available, so not just in the UK, well distributed. And we're actually getting the guy on from Applied Nutrition this week or next week. Like I said, I like to mix up the internationals. This week I believe we have Mark Glazier coming on from Unbound, and I'm trying to remember, I actually have 2 in one day, but I can't for the life of me remember who it is. Either way, I'm recording 2 this week, so you might get 2 interviews. But we are bringing Thomas on from Applied Nutrition, the man behind the brand. And yeah, they're at this year's Stack Supplement Expo, and they're revealing 2 new flavors of the ABE, or All Black Everything performance beverage. This product itself was announced last year at the Stacked Expo, so it is very cool and very fitting to see them follow that up with another presence at this year's expo and reveal those flavors. And they're quite different. They're quite unique, especially compared to the other stuff. So the other flavors on the menu. There is a cloudy lemonade, and which I guess is again like a lemonade flavor, not too different from what we've seen. But this other one I thought was really cool is apple and elderflower. Probably not something I've seen in energy drinks before, but cool as hell and unique to see. And again, unveiled at the Stack Supplement Expo. You can check out what they have to offer. I think they're in, I'm trying to remember which hall they're in. It's a lot of, like I said, we've got close to 50 brands, so it's hard keeping up. They're in the East Hall. So if you go to stackedexpo.com, shoot over the East Hall, you'll find them over there. And you can get a good look at those products, which are, I believe, coming very soon. The next story we have, and I do apologize if I'm going quickly, but that's because we have a lot to get through, I would say, and I'm even shortening down what we're talking about here, because last week has been jam-packed and I was busy as hell with the expo. But another big story that's come out over the past few days that's also in the beverage realm. In fact, our next 2 stories will keep us in the beverage category. The first one is from Rep Sports, or the makers of Raise Energy. Another great tasting, very popular energy drink, 300 milligrams of caffeine alongside a whole bunch of other ingredients for a full comprehensive experience. So they've announced their next flavor of Raise, and it is going to be strawberry lemonade. They revealed the name last week, and then they followed it up to this week with a preview of the can, and the name, it looks like the name on the can is strawberry lemonade. They did tease that they were still working on the can design and the name, which led me to believe it was not going to be like strawberry lemonade, maybe something like a nickname. But the design they've previewed, and you can see on the site, it does say strawberry lemonade, so that is potentially going to be the full name. And also the product is going to be limited edition. Now, as far as I know, this might be their first limited time flavor. It even says it right on the can, limited edition. So when this one drops, much like the Ghost and Guzman stuff, get in quickly, because I know it's a popular energy drink. I don't know how many they're doing or exactly how limited. That term is almost how long is a piece of string. Some people consider limited 100 numbered tubs. Some say 10,000. We don't know. But it is limited, so it may be gone, may not be here for long. But you can check that out. It's launching soon. And the other story we have from the beverage realm is from Killcliff, the functional beverage brand, known for a couple of beverages, including its Ignite energy drink. Now, last week, they put out a teaser, which was almost not really a teaser. It linked you to a very open and obvious page of a new flavor coming soon to the Killcliff Ignite energy drink, in partnership with Israel Adesanya, the professional MMA fighter who fought later that day, because this was revealed, I think it was on Saturday, and he fought Saturday night and went on to retain his title in great fashion. And so they teased a picture of the Ignite energy drink in an Israel Adesanya flavor. And when you kind of follow the clues, you get a lot more detail. So they basically lead you to an image that kind of has a couple key words, most notably Israel Adesanya, August 1st, tequila, kiwi, and Ignite. And so in my mind, it was pretty easy to put all those clues together, and you get that Killcliff is teaming up with Israel Adesanya for a special edition tequila kiwi flavor of the Ignite energy drink, and it's launching August 1st. That's what I'm reading from it. Those keywords are pretty obvious. They didn't reveal a full picture of the can, so I guess that's the teaser part of it. But it's very similar, I guess, to what Killcliff done in the past with Joe Rogan, where they did a Flamin' Joe flavor for the CBD drink, and then they did it for the Ignite. So this is kind of similar. It's going to have a special edition can and look, so different from the other flavors. But yeah, you can get a closer look at that on the site. Those are the two beverage stories. I'm going to continue on. There's plenty more excitement on the Stack3d Expo, so I am not covering it all here. We're going to be sharing it over the next week, and it's probably going to take me that long because there's not much to highlight. But the next story we have is probably our last one for the show, at least based around the Expo, and that is from Core Nutritionals. Now, they've done something pretty damn cool at the Expo. They've debuted their all-new fat burner Core Blaze, which is different from Core Burn, but also stimulant-based. Can't stack those two together, but you can stack Core Blaze with Core Shred and Core Sear. Those are stimulant-free fat burners from Core. But Core Blaze is intended to be sort of the replacement of the Core Burn capsule supplement, which was always around when you had the Core Burn powder. And they were different supplements, but named the same. And so Core's basically decided to rename it Core Blaze, keep that distinctively different formula approach, with Core Blaze really being more of a more stimulant-based supplement, at least compared to Core Burn, which is still our number one rated fat burner. This one includes a little bit more caffeine. Your himbean's in the mix on this one, theobromine, and then you've still got a whole bunch of other reliable, proven weight loss ingredients. And it's a pretty robust supplement, considering it comes in capsules. Usually they put the heavy dose things in powder, but Core has again kept it capsules. It's a 5 capsule serving size, quite possibly one of the bigger weight loss serving size I've seen in capsules. You can check out the formula on the site and just search Core Blaze. But the news around the Expo is that Core launched this for the Expo, and with it, there's a deal. So there's a whole bunch of deals on the brand's page. Firstly, you can get 2 tubs of Core Pro protein powder for $70. You can get Fury and Pump, which is one of the more complete pre-workout stacks, for $90. You can get a bottle of Sear and a bottle of Shred, which, as I mentioned, are the 2 stimulant-free fat burners from Core that can stack with Core Core Burn, and those are for $80. Then there's Greens and Multi, which is the brand superfood supplement and comprehensive vitamin, for $75. And then lastly, there's the star deal, and that is a bottle of Core Blaze for $44.99, and you get a free, dare I say, just awesome special edition Core Blaze X stacked shirt. I've already gone and I went in and bought the shirt myself. I bought 2. Didn't buy Core Blaze, I bought the shirt separately. It looks damn cool. They did this last year for the Stack Supplement Expo. They launched a new supplement and did a special edition tea. I think they launched a new flavor actually. And they've done it again this year, and the tea looks awesome. Well worth picking up, well worth getting in on. Again, it's a discount on Core Blaze, and then you get the freebie. So pretty cool to see. And again, with the other stack that they have going on, Steer and Shred, it's a nice little combo buy for weight loss, especially with summer right around the corner. The last couple of stories we have come from Raw Nutrition and Gym. We're going to lead off with the former, and that is Raw Nutrition's basically come out and announced, despite being quite busy over the past few weeks, and dare I say I've been quite impressed with how frequent Raw has been. I quite liked their debut of supplements. They didn't really do too much after that big debut. I think it was last year they launched. Pretty sure it was last year. But yeah, they've been quite a strong brand from the get-go. And And over the past few weeks, they launched Raw Test, which is the brand's test booster. Then they launched Raw Ignite. And there was also another flavor, I think, of Raw EAA, but Raw Ignite was the one that surprised me because it's the brand stimulant fat burner, but it's a very potent fat burner. They packed this thing out with stims on stims, and it was surprising to see, not because I hadn't seen something that intense or hardcore, but mostly because the pre-workout, the brand's pre-workout, which is usually where you see a brand flex its muscles on the stim side, Raw Ignite is a lot more intense, which that's why I was surprised. I was like, okay, fairly well dosed, but not overly edgy or potent or intense stim pre-workout. And so you kind of expected to see that in the fat burner, but that's not the case. Raw Ignite is, again, all out, high stim. But yeah, on top of Raw Test, Raw Ignite, that other flavor of Raw EAA, this past week, Raw Nutrition came out and announced 2 more new supplements that are coming down the pipeline. The first one is Raw Sleep, which is a nighttime supplement to enhance sleep and recovery. And then there's also Raw Pre-Extreme. Now this is kind of what you would this makes sense, I guess, where you had Raw Ignite, which was a potent, hardcore, intense fat burner. It seemed off compared to Raw Pre, which is the brand's original stimulant pre-workout. Again, mostly because there wasn't that intensity or potency of the stims. It just felt unbalanced. My guess is Raw Pre-Extreme is that potent blend of energy and focus ingredients that you kind of get in Raw Ignite, but in a pre-workout. So it's a different way, I guess, of doing things. Usually brands lead with a pre, but I imagine this is going to be where Raw Nutrition flexes its muscles on the stim side. And it's become a lot more common these days for brands to do that, do a regular pre and then a more intense high stim pre. Apollo Nutrition's a great example, Assassin, and then Hooligan, and even Galaxon, Specimen Yo-Yo, Specimen GFY. So this kind of makes sense. It's fitting with the trend of the category, and I'm hyped to see it because, again, they're quite impressive with Raw Ignite. And so you would have to think they're either going to match the intensity and potency of Raw Ignite, or they're going to go a little bit more in this Raw Pre-Extreme. So I'm excited to see the reveal and the formula. I believe it's going to be coming out very soon. The picture they shared is of their actual product in hand, which usually means like it's ready to go, ready to get onto shelves. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Again, I'm excited mostly to see the brand really put its effort into the stim market. The last story we have, as mentioned, is from Jim Stoppani, and it is in relation to his protein powder. He's come out with a new vegan-friendly plant-based protein powder called Plant Gym. This is, again, separate from Pro Gym, which was the winner of our prestigious and annual Protein Wars competition last year. Obviously, Plant Gym is indeed again, as I mentioned, vegan-friendly protein powder. You get a good amount of protein. I think it's at 24 grams of protein per serving. And so, of course, being Jim Stoppani and Jim, they haven't really gone the mainstream route. So each, all that 24 grams of protein, Jim has opted for more premium sources where he says kind of takes away from that grittiness and sometimes rough taste. He's gone for pea and rice isolate to provide that 24 grams of protein. That's also led to a slightly leaner nutrition profile, which isn't always what you get in a vegan protein. Alongside that 24 grams of protein, there is 5 grams of carbs, 2.5 fat, and 140 calories. So it is relatively lean, at least compared to some of the other plant-based proteins I've seen. And another interesting thing that we've only seen maybe, I think I said like somewhere between 5 and 10 brands do. Jim has added free-form amino acids to his protein powder. For those not familiar, brands do this because the amino ratios in plant-based protein powders don't have the same balance or lack certain aminos that you would get in the likes of a whey protein powder. And so to bring them up, or at least match that that ratio, that profile that you get in whey isolates and concentrates and whatnot, brands add free-form aminos. Now, they don't really count them towards the protein powder. You're still getting that protein you get is from the protein sources, but they add the free-form aminos just to bring up that amino balance. And that's what Jim's done. He's added in some BCAAs. I think he added a couple others as well. I'm trying to remember what they were. you can go to the site and you can check it out. But I think the big one was the BCAAs, which again, to bring them up to match the amino profiles that you get in whey-based protein powders. So it's a pretty cool thing. Not many brands are doing it. While I would say very few, but compared to the amount of vegan proteins I've seen, still is very few. And yeah, I guess it was a nice way. It was appropriate for Jim to do, as Jim Stoppani and his brand Jim Supplement Science, they do tend to do things quite differently. And I guess this approach is not expected, but kind of expected at the same time. But you can check all that, check out all the excitement, all the news, all the announcements on the website. And once again, please head over to the Stacked Expo when you can. Visit it twice, visit it 3 times, visit every day, check out every page. Like I said, the best, when people ask me what they can do to help, it's just visit the site, visit the expo, take part, do what you can, follow, and that's all I can ask. And I appreciate the support, and sharing on social media always helps. And the off chance you have a friend who's interested as well. But once again, check out all of those stories on Stacked. We have plenty more coming this week. A lot of it's going to be from the expo, because again, brands have really bought their their game this year, and announced and teased and revealed and hidden things on their page. So yeah, definitely check it out, and we'll have those interviews up later this week. And once again, thank you for listening.